Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome. My name is Aiden. I am so happy that you are here today. Today I am doing my Oscar de la Renta collection of perfumes. I only have 4 from this house, so I don't have a lot, but I wanted to talk to you about them, what the longevity I find on them, my thoughts on the fragrances, and just kind of give you an overview of what I have and why I have it. My makeup I think looks a little funky. I've been experimenting with a lot of different things to do reviews on, and sometimes they don't always work out, and this is life. This is me. I'm not professional at makeup, that's for sure. We're going to start with the first Oscar de la Renta that I got, which is technically one that my mom got, but then she never wore it, and she was like, you can use it, and so yes, my mom sometimes buys bottles of perfume just because she thinks they're pretty, but she's allergic to perfume, so she never wears it. And this was the case with Bella Blanca by Oscar de la Renta. They're all Oscar de la Renta. What am I talking about? Apologies for the ring light. It's going to be a little glared in places. So this fragrance came out in 2018, and I'm getting the notes off of fragrantica.com, which is a great resource if you don't already go there. The notes are pear, lily of the valley, and green leaves. Middle notes are jasmine, tuberose, orange blossom, and rose. Base notes are musk, sandalwood, and white iris. This fragrance was really different than anything that I had when we got it. It's really nice and light. I think I do get that pear. I never looked at the notes before this. So thinking about it, I was like, yeah, it's just a nice kind of light, floral, everyday type of scent, not obnoxious. I think this would be a great office scent, something that is just non-obtrusive but smells really nice and is pleasant. And that's really what I look for in perfumes. I want something that's kind of uplifting, something that isn't overpowering. I don't like beast mode fragrances. The longevity is fine, but I don't want to be constantly projecting and being obnoxious, because sometimes fragrances are really obnoxious to people. So I'd rather have something that's a little bit closer, something a little bit more intimate of a fragrance, because we've all had those experiences where you're by somebody and you're just bowled over by their fragrance and they think they smell great, but for other people around them, it's just choking them out. And I don't want to do that. So that's just not me. This is a lovely fragrance. Like I said, I really enjoy it. It's one that I've reached for a lot, and I wish I could tell. The only problem with these bottles is they are completely opaque, so you can't tell how much you've used. I mean, I can hear a lot of sloshing around, which is not usually usual for my fragrances, so I know I've worn this a lot over the past couple years. I think it's really nice. I would totally recommend it. Longevity is okay, 4 to 6 hours usually, and like I said, it's not a beast mode projection. It's not going to be one that really gives a huge presence, but if people are close to you, if you're in a closed space, they will smell you, but it will be just more pleasant rather than anything else. The second fragrance that they put out in this line is Bella Rosa, and this one came out in 2019. Now this one is one that I do have a 1 ounce bottle of as well. These are all 3.4 ounce or 100 mils. I also have a 50 or 30 mil, trying to do conversion math. So I have a 30 mil of this one too, because it came in a set with 2. I'm not going to show it on screen because what's the point? But this is one that I would keep in my desk at work just as a pick-me-up throughout the day. I do like this fragrance too. Let me give you the notes. The notes on Bella Rosa are Mandarin Orange, Pink Pepper, and Freesia. Middle notes are Pink Rose, Jasmine, and Orris. Base notes are Patchouli, Amber, and Sandalwood. And the bottle is very similar. It's very pretty. I like that there's kind of this relief on here almost. It's very architectural. It's very beautiful. The bottle has a rose gold as opposed to a true gold for the hardware. The only problem I have with this bottle is somehow this component has gotten stuck inside the cap and I can't separate them. So it's really hard to get the lid off of it, and I keep pulling off the entire thing, so then it doesn't look very pretty, because that's usually the thing that covers it, makes it look pretty. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's kind of annoying. And I've been reaching for the smaller bottle because of that. So the quality of this bottle, I don't know what's going on, but that's really kind of annoying. This is what I'm wearing today. I decided to spray myself with it again because I do like this one a lot. I really like fruity rose fragrances, and I think this one is a great one. People have compared this to Delina. I don't think it smells like Delina, but I don't personally like Delina because to me, I just get like the incense. I don't get the beautiful florals that other people smell. And that's, I think, body chemistry and just the way our noses work, because they're going to be a little different to everybody. But even like on my scarf, when I could smell it, I just smell like the incense and stuff. So I'm not a big fan of Delina. I think this one is much more wearable. This is much more affordable, way more affordable than, you know, $300 a bottle. And it's a beautiful fragrance. I do get kind of that citrusy and that jam, more of a jammy rose. It's not like a fresh rose at all. Again, with the longevity, this one I don't feel like has as good of a performance as Bella Blanca. I don't get this one quite as long on my skin, but some days I get it way longer than other days. I don't know. Like, I don't understand why that happens, but this one has the least amount of longevity of the group. This is probably, I think Bella Blanca is still my favorite, but I do like this one and I do wear it quite a bit. Well, I was until last year when I went crazy and bought like all of the perfumes ever. All right, the third one in the line, and they haven't put out any new ones that I am aware of, is Oscar de la Renta Bella Essence. And this one came out in 2020. It is just totally gold. And unlike the other two bottles, it is see-through, so you can get a gauge on how much you've used. You can tell I haven't really used this at all because I sprayed this when I first bought it and I was like, nothing really special. Not really impressed. And then just kind of set it aside and but just bought a ton of perfumes. I bought so many perfumes. I mean, I had a perfume problem beforehand anyway, but this one, if you're just sniffing it in the bottle and on initial spray, it's nothing remarkable. It's just kind of, I don't know, old-fashioned, I would say. It just kind of smells, I don't know, I think I get like the musk and patchouli when I smell this, like, and I think that's part of the reason why I was like, I don't really like it. It just smells, you know, like a general kind of musky patchouli type fragrance. Nothing sweet, nothing different about it. But when I wore this, after a few minutes, it started to develop. And I was like, what is this? This smells so good. And it's because of the notes. So the notes are raspberry, red currant, and grapefruit. Middle notes are vanilla, rose, and jasmine. Base notes are ambroxan, musk, and patchouli. So, like I said, smelling it, I get a lot of patchouli. I get some musk. I get stuff that I don't really enjoy. Wearing it, I get the red currant, which I love. I get the raspberry, which I love. I get the grapefruit, which I love. So it's like a very tart, citrusy, fruity fragrance on my skin. Tempered a little bit. It's like they has that sweet in it. I can get that the vanilla kind of tempers it and makes it more of a creamy type of fruity situation. But this one is really nice. And I hadn't given it a try before I decided to go ahead and film this video. Longevity is about the same with Bella Blanca, 4 to 6 hours. It lasts longer than Bella Rosa to me. Bella Rosa, I don't know, maybe I've just gone nose blind to it, but it disappears so quickly on me. And I don't know why. So this one, I was really surprised. It was not something that I was expecting, but I feel like this one probably has the most projection, the most presence, and longevity is about the same with Bella Blanca. The fourth fragrance I have from Oscar de la Renta, and the last one, I might inherit some from my mom because I think she's bought some other ones. This is just Oscar by Oscar de la Renta. This is an old school one. This one was created in 1977, so it's gone through some different bottles. This is one that I picked up at TJ Maxx with the lotion for like $10 on clearance. It was yellow tag clearance at TJ Maxx, and I was like, okay, that sounds great. I didn't realize, I was trying to put the cap back on this one, and it's very specific. I didn't realize that it was curved just like it is. It's a very unusually shaped bottle. This one has a lot of notes in it. It has cloves, gardenia, coriander, orange blossom, basil, peach, and bergamot. The middle notes are Tuberose, Ylang-Ylang, Lavender, Iris, Jasmine, Rosemary, or Rose and Orchid. I try to say Rose and Orchid together, like gruel, I guess. Base notes are Cloves, Myrrh, Sandalwood, Lavender. There's 2 lavenders. That's interesting. Amber, Opoponax? I have no idea what that is. Vetiver, Musk, Patchouli, and Coconut. I apologize that I totally butchered that one. Opoponax. Let's see. We're going to look down here. I'm scrolling. It looks like it's... The nice thing about Fragrantica is you can look up ingredients. It's a resin and balsam. Not something that I've come across in my fragrances before. Woo, I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. There's one of these fragrances that's just getting to me. So I think it's this one. I don't get the lavender with this one. I'm going to give it one good sniff and then I'm going to leave it on, the cap on. This one is strong. Like you put it on and it's going to project, it's going to have a presence and it's going to kind of just be a little overpowering. I don't like this type of a fragrance. It's definitely of its era. I feel like when you think of like what came out in the 70s and 80s and that type of thing, I think this is a good there's just so many notes in here. It's absolutely crazy to me how many notes are in here, especially compared to more modern fragrances. And I think that's why modern fragrances tend to, I like them more. I gravitate towards them more. This one doesn't have great longevity. What I found is it had about 4 to 6 hours of longevity. Well, not quite 6. I wouldn't say 6 hours. I say maybe 4 hours. I could smell it, and then all of a sudden it just kind of disappeared completely and I couldn't smell it, and I was frankly a little relieved because it's not the type of fragrance that I would normally wear. It doesn't smell spicy even though there's a lot of spices in it. It kind of smells like a kitchen sink fragrance, and I'm trying to think what other fragrances that I have that are like that. I think like the Paloma Picasso are kind of like that. I think Chopard Casimir, that one is kind of like that. Like there's supposed to be peach in this. I don't really get the peach note. It's not distinguishable between all of the other things that are happening. Like I said, I don't get the lavender, which is good because lavender gives me a headache. But there is something obviously in this that when I was sniffing it, I was getting a little choked up. I don't think it's a terrible fragrance. Like I didn't mind wearing it. It wasn't really my cup of tea. But I think that there is an audience for this, and I think that it's now to the point where it's so affordable that you really can get it. We're going to smell it again. It kind of reminds me of Red Door a little bit. I'm trying to think about like all of the notes, but there's also something in it that could be a little stinky. If you've watched Red Door Revealed, the video that Paula Bianca did, and she did it based off of somebody else's, there's something in there that's just, this isn't the same, like, this is not as bad. This is, like I said, this is something that I could actually wear. But I didn't really like it. I am undecided on this one. I don't know if I will actually keep it. I am working through a declutter right now, and I have several bottles that I know that are not going to stay, and I can't decide on this one. So, let me know if you've tried this one. I was hoping to have like a really great conclusive review on it, but I don't really like it. I don't hate it. It's not a scrubber to me, something that I just immediately want to get off of my skin and that I can't stand. Is not something that I really like. Actually, Josh Jane just put out a video that was like her tiers, and she had a tier that was between meh and scrubber, and I feel like that's where this one would go in. That it's nice, but it's very strong, and I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Let me rank them all and kind of give you an idea of where I would put them and which ones are my favorite and which ones are my least favorite. So this one would be in my last place just because it's not really my type of scent and it's not something that I really gravitate towards very much. Then I would put Bella Rosa, which kind of shocks me. I really like this one. Like, this is one that I definitely do wear. But even having just sprayed it, like, just before I sat down to film, so I've only had it on maybe not even half an hour, and it's already fading, and I feel like I need to top up again. I can't even, like, smell it in my hair, and that could be a little bit because of the other thing. But even when I wore it earlier this week, it disappeared on me really fast. So Bella Rosa is going to be in third place. In second place is going to be Bella Essence. This one really surprised me. Like I said, when you smell it, I get that patchouli and that musk, and I don't really like either of those as scent notes. But when you wear this, oh my gosh, it develops really nice, and I like the red currant. Red currant is one of my favorite fragrance notes. I really gravitate towards red currants and raspberries, things that are tart but juicy. Rhubarb, I love rhubarb too. Which means in first place, I'm putting Bella Blanca, and I think this might be my favorite pear fragrance that I own. I don't own all, La Belle, that's one that's on my wish list, but this doesn't smell anything like La Belle. This one is like just beautiful. I really like this one. I think beautiful suits it very, very well. Let me know if you've tried any of these. Sorry if I rambled a little bit, if I was a little incoherent. I was trying, I've been thinking about these, but I can't really make conclusive decisions on them in some cases, which, does that ever happen to you? Let me know down below. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.